Hello, happy Monday, my savvy service provider, scaling to 10K months. We have got a great conversation today. We're talking about how I scaled to my first multi six figures with less than 600 followers. I'm still at multiple six figures every year. I've crossed the 1.1 million cash mark, and I still have a tiny audience, like less than 900 people on Instagram. So this strategy is working. It still works for me, especially in 2025. Like selling is so hard right now. I know I've talked to so many people recently and it's a funky year. The online space is crowded. The level of mistrust is so high. Like things are more challenging right now and my clients are having record breaking months, record breaking years. They are crushing it with their offers, with their courses, with their one-to-one stuff. So this strategy is very much relevant now as much as it was when I hit my first multi six figures a few years ago. But first, let's be a human. If you join live or catch the replay, say hello, ask your questions. I'm going to pull myself up in the group and make sure that it's showing up. How was your weekend? It's fall equinox. Yay. We've had beautiful weather in Charleston. And fun fact, I took my girls this weekend to see the Broadway Beauty and the Beast. It was here. It was really good. They got to do a master class with LeFou, so like the dance team had him come to their dance studio and just Gaston and LeFou. It was amazing. But it didn't start till 7:30. My brain and body shuts down at 9 o'clock, so we left at intermission. Yeah, my husband gave me the hardest time. He's like, "You left in the middle?" And I'm like, "I can't. I don't care how good it is. Like even on the weekends, like if we're watching a movie, I'm like, I'm done." It's like, "Don't you want to see the end?" I'm like, "No, everything is shutting down. I cannot stay up and watch it." So, but it was like 9:15, but it was close to 10 by the time we got home. So I made my decision and I'm happy with it. So hopefully I'm not the only one, but let's jump in. So today, again, we're talking about the strategy that will help you scale to multi six figures with a tiny following. It is still and more relevant today than ever. But if you don't know, if you haven't been here yet, I am offering consults right now. These are just free one-to-one consults about working together. I have a one-to-one spot that I'm talking to people about that starts October 1st. So if you hear any of this today, or 2025 has been a really hard year, or what used to work didn't work, or you don't know what's not working anymore, you've been burned by things, investments in the past that didn't work, and now you're just like frustrated, destroyed your self-trust, like all of that, grab a consult just to see what working together could look like. I have my one-to-one spot opening. I also do week-long intensives. I don't talk about those very much, but I'll put the consult link in the notes below, but you can book that and literally ask me any questions before you book. Like I am here. I am in integrity. I am who I say I am. So I want this to feel good for you. So DM me with anything that comes up, before you book, just to like help you feel good about this. Cause I know how many people have been burned in the past and it is not fun. And I really want to be a voice and an advocate for those of us who are here, who are good at what we do, who are who we say we are. Like I want to give you what you need because I just see it literally every day. I get messages, I get consults booked, I hear something from someone that's like, my self-trust has been destroyed. I invested in this thing, didn't get a result, and now I don't have clients and I'm struggling for money. So like, please hear this and I want this to feel good for you. So this is a zero pressure consult. We can literally just talk about what working together could look like. If nothing else, you will have clarity and walk away knowing the right gap to close and the easy next steps to do that. So again, I'll put that in the link in the not show notes, in the comments later. So I did want to say first too, with the multi six figures with less than 600 followers, this is all with the fact that I have and pivoted to a high ticket offer. So that is important to say. If you're selling a $47 membership, scaling to multi six figures with a small audience is literally not set up for that business model. So this is not a conversation about business models, but it is to say that is relevant. So if you, like last week, I talked about doubling and how my clients double their monthly revenue. Go listen to that one because that will talk about literal strategies and it breaks down like the piece about the offer. So that is important to say. So I don't want somebody to hear this and be like, cool, you can make multi six figures with less than 600 followers and I have a $47 offer. Like No, the math needs to math. So go back and listen to that live stream from last week or DM me and we'll get it to you. But that is important to say first. Okay, so I just want to bust the industry lie that you need more followers. Like, you do not need more followers, or you must have a certain number or cross X to make multi-six figures. It's not true. Like I said, I've literally we've hit over 1.1 million in lifetime cash, and I still have less than 900 followers on Instagram. Like, I can't go live. They changed the rules, and like, I don't have enough followers to go live. And so it feels so important to say. And again, my first multi-6-figure year was when I made 162K. I went from 79K to 162K the next year with less than 600 followers. Many of my clients are multi-6-figure, multi-7-figure. They are not going viral. They don't have tons of followers. Some even don't have like an online presence or funnel. So needing more followers or chasing followers or growing your audience is a flat out lie to making multi-six figures. And it's especially the wrong game to play right now in 2025 when self-trust is the trust recession is real. Like, this is why I've been able to scale so simply with a small audience, because I have been so strategic with what I focus on, and seeing that there is a trust recession and focusing on audience growth and followers is just literally playing the wrong game. And so we've got to understand what that means and how it's affecting your buyer's behavior, because getting more followers doesn't solve the problem. Like, you have to understand what's going on, what's at the root, what's going on with consumer behavior. Because if you're chasing followers, but your people have a deep mistrust, or they've destroyed their own mistrust or trust in themselves, then you're probably not making the sales you want. So let me say that again. I was kind of like reading my notes. So like, if you're just trying to get more followers, but your followers don't trust you, they don't trust themselves, you're both kind of speaking different languages. And so I think of kind of like, if you have a course program and your people are so strapped for time, but you're trying to make the course better by throwing 50 extra modules on it, like, that does not help your people at all. It does not meet them where they're at. And so in 2025, if you're just chasing more followers and you're not getting sales, chasing more followers is just not the right focus. It's not the right game to play. You're just flushing time and resources and money down the toilet and leaving some amazing clients on the table. So again, it's just closing the wrong gap. It's not meeting your audience where they're at. So let's talk about why we think that. Like, why do we think growing our audience is going to change anything and make us more money? And it's because the online space teaches us this. It's because the online space celebrates this. It's because the online space makes billions of dollars off of stuff like this. I don't know how many times I see service providers, and I'm not calling anybody out, but they offer a certain service that they are at, max capacity with like a handful of clients, but they are celebrating thousands and thousands of followers. And it's just like, but is anybody buying from you? Like, that's like always my question. I'm like, they're doing these celebration posts and it's like, cool, but like, are they buying from you? I always see this in Facebook groups when they're like, let's have a follow chain and follow each other. And I'm like, no, I do not want you following me if like you literally have nothing to do, or you literally don't want to be here. You're just following me so that I'll follow you. Like, that is not it at all. Like, it is mind blowing to me that people just do that and think that it's going to get them more sales. I mean, I even block people. If I see a person, and this is typically a man, because I share so much more on Instagram and I share more personal stuff in stories, if some man is like a red flag to me, he's getting blocked. Like, I'm not one of those people that like just needs followers for the sake of it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But we are sold this with Reels memberships and trending audio and courses about virality and like how to grow this and how to grow that. And it's like, that is so taking you down a rabbit hole that is probably not the right gap to solve. Like, I don't know you and your business, book a consult and we can talk about it, but that is probably not what needs to happen. And if like, even if you think that it is, do you have the data to support that? Because that is something that you very much need to know. If this is the problem I need to solve, do I have the data to back it up? Or is it just because people aren't booking calls, I think that I need to grow my list. Or that I have the wrong people, or that I need richer clients, like insert whatever. But I did ask Perplexity about revenue numbers and followers. So I don't know if you'll use Perplexity, but it's a new AI tool. I did it for a month. I don't know that I'm going to continue it, but it was just for fun. But it searches the internet, and it said like the top multi-6-figure businesses are typically have a 10,000 to 100,000 followers. I was like, what? The one, let's see, okay, it says people who have like 1,000 to 10,000 followers are usually considered early stage or mid low 5 figures. And this is from Perplexity that like searches everything online. Like it is crazy the amount of research it can do in just like a second. But it's saying that like you are early stage or mid low 5 figures if you have 1,000 to 10,000 followers. So this is just a lie that is like perpetuated online. Like I don't even fall into this. Like 1,000 to 10,000 is considered mid low 5 figures. I'm like, I am under that, and I've crossed 7 figures in my business working part-time while my kids are at school. Like this lie is just so perpetuated everywhere. I think a lot of courses and coaches and programs teach this because they literally don't know how to solve the actual problem or close the right gap. So chasing more followers is kind of the only thing they can tell people. We're constantly fed this more is better narrative, whether it's offers, whether it's funnels. I'm like, take one high ticket offer to multi-6 and 7 figures. That is the simplest, easiest way. That is what I preach. And it is because you don't have to get lost in the sauce with all this other stuff. So this leaves so many service providers. My notes, I love my notes. Just going to be real. If you have kids around, earmuffs. So like this leaves so many service providers fucked. Like I'll just lay it out there on the table because it has you spinning your wheels, using your time, using your energy on things that don't even matter. It's bananas to me. So let's talk about why it stops online service providers. Why, if you're not booking calls or having people sign up your programs, like why chasing more followers is typically not the answer. Why it's not closing the right gap. So we'll kind of go back to the trust recession. So I have two thoughts here. So especially in 2025, when self-trust is just an all-time low, this is the time to go deep with your people, not wide. Like, I'll say that again. When there's a lot of self-trust with online service providers, with people and trusting themselves, like this is the time where if you want someone to buy from you, you need to go deep with them and not just cast a wide net and just hope something works. So especially selling high ticket, which that's typically what I'm supporting clients with, is pivoting from low ticket done for you hourly services where you're bending over backwards, you're apologizing for your rate. Like they could, go out and find 5,000 other people in the space that can do it cheaper than you. Like we are pivoting from that to supporting them with, creating an offer that is transformation based, that is more future proofing their business, because AI is going to be doing tons of stuff, but giving someone a transformation and supporting someone with that is so different. So that is what I'm supporting my clients to do. But that type of offer, that type of selling is different. And it does require more of a relationship. It requires the person to trust not only you, but to trust themselves. I think of it like friends, like not the show, but just having friends. Like I would rather have a few good friends I can call that I know they've got my back. Like, something happens and member request. Let me let them in case they wanted to come for this. Hello. Let me just put this in so I can say hi to her later. My apologies. This never happens, but I'm like, oh, they might be wanting to come in for the conversation. Let's let you in. All right, girl. Here we go. Where was I? Okay. With having friends. So I would rather just have a few good friends that I know that they have my back. Like I can call them, I need help. Like I've got like a kid situation where one's here and one's there and my husband can't get them. Like I would rather have friends who are, and hello, is this Lucy? Did you just pop in? I say hi if that's you. But I saw the like thing to come on and I was like, okay, welcome. We've already gotten started. I'm already diving in, but we will pin this at the top. so that the replay is, at the top of the group and you can catch everything I've gone through. But we're talking about right now in 2025, when trust is at an all-time low, when selling online feels harder than ever, when, people are struggling more than they have, like in the 10 years that I've been in business. My clients are having record-breaking months. They're having their best months ever. And it is because we're not chasing followers. We are building true relationships. And in 2025, with the trust recession, focusing on real relationships is what's going to get you sales. So I was just talking about having, friends and a close circle of good friends who are going to support you and are going to help you and going to be there for you. I mean, that's also just the type of person I am. Like, that's why I only offer one-to-one, because I build true, deep, lasting relationships. And that has served me so well in business, because it's the same with followers. If you are casting a wide net, just trying to get people to follow you, you are just attracting people who might not ever buy, who don't want to consume your content, who don't want to be there. That's why I have the problem with those follow chains, is like, just having more followers typically isn't the game. Like, if you're selling a $37 course, yes, but even those people need to be the right fit. So if you're pivoting from done for you, low ticket, to more of a high ticket, oh, hi, Cecilia. Thanks for joining. Telling me you're here. If you have questions, drop them now on the replay. I'll be answering them, but I'm so glad you're here. So let's see. We want the right people there. Even if it is, more of a low ticket thing, we've got to build those relationships, have the right people there. Yeah, I talked about, like, sometimes I block people that if they have a red flag, I'm like, nope, I share my kids and stuff here. I don't want you here. I do not want sake, just for the sake of growth. So the second piece that I also see hurts people when they're just trying to grow followers, when they don't make the sales they want and they think they just need a bigger audience, they start spending so much time and money on the things that just don't actually work and don't actually matter. So instead of booking clients, instead of taking sales actions that will actually get you a client, they are trying to go viral with their reels. They are, consuming content to, like, sign up for things to help them go viral, or to spend money on memberships where it sends you the trending audio. I've had multiple best bet calls recently where people wanted literally 5 to 7 clients. Like, they're high ticket, they want 5 to 7 one-to-ones, or it's something in a group program where they don't need a large volume. So it makes zero sense for them to go spend time to get a lot of reach. Like, they, when we talk about conversion rates, I just had a call this morning. She has a really high conversion rate. Like, if she wants 5 clients, she can pretty much get 5 to 7 people on the phone and they'll convert, which is amazing. But it's like, if she spends all of her time trying to learn reels, or trying to go viral, or, getting in these Facebook follow chains, like, she is spending her time in the wrong way, and she's not doing the tiny little sales actions that can just get people on the phone and that will hire her. Like, it gets to be so much more simple than that. And same thing with content. Like, when I talk about content with my clients, we're having the conversation about, like, what's the goal? Because content that's going to get you reach and follows and likes and shares is going to be typically different than the type of content that has someone want to hire you and convert and sign up for your class or sign up for a call. Like, those types of content are typically different. So if you're trying to do the same thing with one piece of content, you're going to be, let's see, screwed. Because typically, again, it's not the same type of content. Like, there's this type of content over here that's going to go viral and get reach and get more eyes and shares. And then there's this type of content over here that's going to have someone want to know, like, trust you, learn from you, want to hop on the call, want to sign up for your thing. Like, those types of content are different. And so if you're chasing the followers, chasing the likes, chasing the shares, you are not doing the content that's going to actually convert someone to work with you. Like, my content, if you look at it now, I still don't have a ton of followers, less than 1,000. None of my content is, like, going viral, but, like, it is the type of content that has people want to hire me. And that's what I care about. Like, I don't know how many people I get in my DMs. They're like social media managers and they're like, your content needs help. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, it works. It books clients, which is literally the goal. If I was an influencer, if I had a $37 membership or course, sure, I'd be playing a different game. But if you are only needing a handful of clients, if you offer high ticket, the goal is not reach. The goal is conversion. So think about content that is made for that. So that is what I've done. When I think about just being so strategic every step of the way, because I have 3 girls, I have worked, I started my business 10 years ago when my oldest daughter was a newborn. I have birthed multiple children since then. I kept them home for 2 years. I have always focused on being staying strategic. Like my brain thinks in bullet points. It thinks in very much like, how do we narrow everything down? So when I get on a call with someone and they're going in like 500 directions, my brain can easily take it, diagnose it, and dissect it and figure out what's the real problem, what's the real gap to close. So that's what I've done in my own business, just being so strategic with not chasing followers, but figuring out what are those strategic places where I'm actually building relationships and doing that not on a weekly basis, but on a daily basis. The coaching call I had this morning, she was like doing something weekly. I was like, why are you doing it weekly? Do it every day. Like people got to hear from you. So this is just something that needs to be, it's the North Star. Like this could be this, in my personal opinion, take it or leave it. We're not working together one to one, but if you were my client, I would say this is the North Star, building real relationships, not just for the longevity of your business, but literally what is working right now in 2025. Like do it in a way, I've done it in a way that works for my schedule and my business. Some of the things I used to do just now don't work for my schedule, so I don't. And so that can also change as time goes on and, your life circumstances or how old your kids are change. But this is something that I've just been so strategic and focused on with my business. And the way I'm supporting clients is I'm noticing what's going on in their business with them. I build traffic dashboards. I'm looking at the back end data with them to problem solve, because they can come to a call and be like, this isn't working, that's not working. And I can pull up our traffic dashboards and we have like data and numbers because I'm like a data nerd, but I can like in minutes figure out the right problem to solve, the right gap to close. Whereas a course or program could take months, even years, because they don't know the right problem to solve. And it helps that mindset piece where it feels like things aren't working. It feels like people aren't doing what you want them to, but we can look at the back end and be like, this is actually working. We just need to go do this. We need to add a little rocket fuel here. We need to go, lean in a little bit more, dial this in. So that is how I'm helping clients, because every multi-6-figure business, every client I have clients who hire me at $0. I have clients who hire me making $300,000 a month. Like I support clients across the board. And I will tell you, for every single one of them, it's different. It is very personal. It depends on their offers. It depends on their business model. There is no copy paste formula. This is why I only offer one-to-one. It's why my clients get such great results, because I'm not teaching things that worked 5 years ago for someone else with a different offer. I'm literally in my clients' businesses all day, every day, studying what's working now. So that is what we're leaning into. So I've got, 2 types of clients. Some that are online, some that are offline. And there are some that are a hybrid, but we'll talk about the ones that are online. So we're thinking through this process. So it's not just posting to post, not just trying to get engagement or trying to get people to follow you, but what I'm supporting my clients with right now to really help them create and even surpass multi-6 and 7 figures is thinking of like, what does your content look like that is like speaking to the people and the problem they have, helping them self-identify. What are the pieces of thought leadership that we're weaving into their content? What do they want their clients to know about working together? There are so many things to consider. I work with so many smart business owners. They have degrees, they have certifications out the wazoo. I am looking at their landing pages and their promos, and I'm lovingly reflecting to them when they are just talking in a way that isn't talking to their clients. They're like writing for their professor or writing for, their peer in their industry. So what I'm supporting clients with in their content is really like, okay, if we don't have a huge following, how are we building these true relationships? And then taking that and being like, ooh, okay, that works. Let's go do more of that. Because again, for all of my clients, it's so different. And it's why having a coach who knows you and your offers and your business and your sales process is so much better and works so much faster than just trying to take the copy paste template that this course gave you as a formula. Like that just is not working fundamentally. So again, my clients they are so smart, but they have a hard time doing this on their own. There's shiny ball syndrome. I mean, I can't tell you how many times my clients come to me like, I saw this coach doing this thing or this person doing that thing, or should I try this? And it's like, ooh, let's narrow it down. I'm never going to say, no, don't do that. But like, let's talk through that. Let's talk through the trade-offs, because the online space, it's so good at selling us this more is better. And so it's going to like want to divert you, which is really easy to do when you're just starting a strategy and it's not exactly working yet. Like, it does take time, 30, 60, 90 days. Like, that's why my one-to-one coaching is a minimum of 6 months, because 6 months is a blip on the radar in terms of business. If you're going to be here for a minute or any amount of time, like 6 months is nothing. And it does just take time to get something up and running. And what I see so many businesses do is they divert and they pivot before their strategy has had a chance to play out. Not really the point of this conversation today, but when you are going for conversions, going for getting the right people in your audience, it will just take a minute. And so I just want to normalize that. There's a learning curve. Like, this is a science experiment. Business is a science experiment. We're always seeing, okay, what works, what's not. Let's do more of what works. Okay, maybe we tweak this. So it's very personalized and very strategic with each of my clients. And again, social media is the easiest place to make yourself wrong. Like, if you're not booking the clients you want, if you're not making the sales, it is so easy to go and look at those numbers and be like, look, it's because I don't have enough followers. Look, it's because I'm not getting the likes. Oh, my reel didn't get enough reach. Like, that is the easiest place to make yourself wrong. But what I'm doing with my clients on the back end, because I build the traffic dashboard, we can diagnose all of this stuff. Okay, we can go see like, oh, you only had 5 people sign up for that masterclass, but you only had 7 to the landing page. Like, it's doing great. We just need to like share that in more places so people can see it. Like, that's the game that we're playing. It's not just, when people are doing this alone, it feels so like social media is everything. Followers are everything, shares, views, all of that stuff. And it's typically not the right problem to solve. So again, I mentioned the call that I had just this morning. Like, if she wants to book 5 clients, we know the thing to do. But before that, when she got on the call, she literally didn't know. She literally didn't know what to do, what to focus on. Is it content? What's wrong with her content? Because her main strategy is online. So her brain was making it something about her content, her views, her followers. And it was just so easy to be like, this is actually what you need to go do. So a course or a program, I don't know what they would have told her. They would have said, do these hooks, do this reel, do this thing. And it's just sending people down a rabbit hole. And sometimes it even messes up things that are already working, which is the really sad thing. She has this thing that's actually working, but if somebody told her to do something else, it would break it. And that sets people back even more. It digs them more into a hole, and they pay somebody else to help get them out of it. And it's just a self-perpetuating thing. And again, it's why I only offer one-to-one, because it is so, like, everything you see online is, I'm not going to say everything because some people aren't who they say they are, but typically any strategy works. It's just a matter of making it work for you and how to make it work for you, your offers, your audience. So there's so much more nuance to it. But okay, this is also where I see, sorry, I'm getting distracted. The people who are not online. So my clients, I have multi-7-figure businesses who are not online, and they are doing the same thing. It just looks different. So there's no like right or wrong, online or offline. It's literally just how are you building those real relationships regardless of where you are. So typically with these clients, I will say they're typically men. It's not my female clients who are, most of my female clients are online like I am, because we work. Like, I'm picking up the kids. I want to be with my kids. I pretty much shut off my computer at 2:00 every day to just be with my children. And typically, this is not the same in all cases, but my clients who are offline are the men. Their wives are doing all that. And the men they're literally flying around the country doing all these in-person networking events and just in-person stuff. And so again, there's no right or wrong. It's just what works for you and your schedule. Some of my clients are hybrid. Some of them are mostly online. They're moms. But when the occasion comes up once a month or once a quarter, they go to an in-person thing that works for them and that they have been able to like vet and get clients from. So it's not to say either one is like better than the other, but it just literally depends on you and what works for you and your business, because both of them work. But thinking about how can you do this in a way, like whether you're online or offline, that works for you. So this is why my support is integral, because when you are selling online, when you're building deep personal relationships, you do need to do personal outreach. And I have seen this come up with so many clients. I was trying to read my notes and I didn't understand them, but now I know what I wrote. it takes guts to build personal relationships. Most people are a little more comfortable online where it's random people. But if I ask my clients to like, hey, go reach out to a few people from high school, go reach out to, your previous employers, like let them know what you're doing. Oh, hi, Cecilia, you said hey. Didn't even see that. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll keep this pulled up so I can see it. Um, it's so much more uncomfortable. Like if I can ask a client like, hey, go post online and sell, or hey, go reach out to this person XYZ, they will hands down pretty much always say they don't want to text that person. They don't want to reach out to somebody. They'd rather just do it online. And it's like, this is when that personal support is so crucial and why it's helped my clients really 2x, 3x, 14x their revenue, because we can sit there and process like what's going on, like what's really going on. Whereas a course will tell you fear the fear, fear the fear, feel the fear and do it anyway. Oh my gosh, that was so hard. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Whereas I'm there to literally sit there with and be like, what's going on? You don't want to text that person. Like literally, it's like somebody in my industry, they might think this about me, or what if this person from high school sees me selling and they think this, or so much comes up. That's why I only offer one-to-one. And this is why my clients get results when nothing else has worked for them, is because this relationship and this, knowing them and where they hold back is so key. Even with selling online, some people are so uncomfortable selling online or on consults. They're like, I don't want to be sleazy. I don't want to be this. Like, this is where my one-to-one support really helps people actually build these relationships, because it's not just about building the relationships online and getting them to book a call. It's about building the relationship on the call, saying the thing, helping the person when you hear no or you're too expensive, not taking it personally. Like there is so much more behind it that my one-to-one support helps with, other than just like, hey, let's do it online and then hope everything works out. My clients can really book more clients and make money on the back end because there's so many other pieces that come up with it. So it's not about just like, hey, you have a great offer and you have great messaging and people get on the call, but it's actually building the relationship on the call, after the call, in the follow-up, helping them with their objections, having conversations with their partners. Like this is all so much of what I do and why I support clients, and why it's just so important to just not try to copy paste someone's formula or try to chase followers. So let's recap. The strategy to creating multi-6-figures with a small audience is building real relationships. And it is more challenging right now than ever before, but my clients are having record-breaking months. They are having their biggest years ever because they are building these true, real relationships. And it's because I know their business, I know their offers, I know what their business needs, I know where they hold themselves back. So if you're chasing followers, or if you're just so confused because you've heard so many things, you've tried so many things, you've invested money. I've literally had someone book a consult that said, I've invested more money than I even want to admit. Like, I hear you, I get you, and it doesn't have to be that way. My business is so simple. Like, I know at any given point the problem I need to solve. Same for my clients. Like, we are not chasing 100,000 things. We literally know what to show up for, what we need to do every single day. And then we have the support to do it so that they're not afraid, or they're not holding back, or they're not apologizing, or they're not posting, or they're not selling. Like there's so many things that come with that. So if you're in a situation where you're just stuck, you don't know why, you have this many followers, you have this offer, like why isn't this working? Grab a coaching consult. I cannot wait to talk about what working together could look like, what the gap is that needs to be closed. If nothing else, you'll at least walk away having that diagnosed, and I would love to support you on that. So I hope this has been helpful. Please leave your questions, comments, reflections, all of that, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.